Hey guys, Pyker here again, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we're going to attempt to get to the moon successfully and have a nice landing on said moon. Um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna load up the command module or the moon lander rocket that I designed in probably about 15 minutes and see if it works, because it very well might not. Proceed. Clear launch pad. I like this little menu that comes up, but we're not going to use it because I need to make some adjustments to the rocket that I made. So, anyways, we're going to attempt to make it to the moon. Now, this might take a couple tries, but I figured that would be entertaining, watching me fail miserably at getting to the moon and back. Um, The only problem that I usually run into is that I don't have enough fuel to get back. So if that's the case, if we get to the moon and we get a successful landing, like we're gonna put a flag on the moon and do all that fun stuff. I think that's where it needs to be. Yeah. So we're gonna do all that stuff. So this is our moon lander module. Obviously the top half is the moon lander itself. This is our command module right here that we're gonna use to push our moon lander out to the moon, and hopefully the rest of these rockets will get us into at least into orbit, and then we'll adjust accordingly. Hopefully, I haven't tested this rocket yet, so this should be pretty entertaining. So we're gonna do this. We got Bill and Jebediah. Let's see if we can move everybody. We'll move Jebediah there, put Bob there, save, and I will see you guys on the launch pad. And we're looking pretty good. We got Bill, Bob, and Jebediah ready to launch. So we're going to turn on our SAS, throttle up about 3/4 of the way, or 2/3 of the way rather, and hope that this thing gets off the ground. So yeah. Alright guys, we're gonna launch in 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, get us up there. And I built this rocket in the same way that I built the refueler rocket, is that the 4 stages on the outside of the main rocket are going to split away in 2s, so that way that we get the most efficient burn possible. Now whether or not it works, completely different story. So we're just gonna kind of wing it from here. I mean, it looks pretty good. We're gaining speed and altitude, which is always good. Not gaining speed nearly as fast as I thought we might, but that's okay. We should be all right with that. I just need to. I honestly don't even know if this thing will get into orbit, because it very well might not. So if that's the case, we're gonna have to make some adjustments. But I'm really hoping when I disconnect the solid rocket boosters that they don't take out my supports that are connecting to these guys. So I guess we'll see how that works real soon, as in right now. Sweet. That worked pretty flawlessly, actually. And we didn't lose any speed, which is good. I'm gonna keep launching. We're gonna disconnect those two now. Sweet. We're gonna throttle up even more. Gain some altitude here. This is actually working a lot better than I thought it would. If we can get out of the thick atmosphere before these rockets run out, we'll be good. Whoa! Anybody else see Jebediah's mangled face? You see? Oh, he was like looking up in the corner. It looked like his face was. Whoa! Looks scary. I mean, his face. I mean, one eye looks way smaller than the other. I don't know if anybody else can see that, but that's what I'm seeing right now. It's kind of freaking me out. Whatever. I'll deal with it. We're gonna get to here. We're gonna start our pitch over to the east, about 10 degrees. There we go. I really hope this works. If we do this first try, I'm going to be seriously impressed. Because this rocket is working really well, and I'm really kind of happy about that. So we're going to throttle down here because we don't need to be gaining that much speed. We need to be conserving as much fuel as we can. So at about 30,000 feet, we're going to start pitching over again. I don't know what that sound just was, but it kind of scared me. I hope it wasn't anything important. Alright. Well, actually, let's check. Nope, we're good. Cool. Alright, we're going to start pitching over a little bit more. About yay. And then disconnect that, fire this rocket, throttle that puppy all the way up because we're losing some speed. But we're out of the thick, really thick atmosphere, so that's good. Take a look at our map. What's our apoapsis at? 48. That's not terrible. But we don't have a lot of fuel for this guy. But that's okay. So we can get that apoapsis up to 60 and start pitching over. We'll be in good shape. Pitch over a little bit more here. All else fails, what we'll do is we'll just disconnect everything and transfer everybody to the command pod, get everybody back safely to the Earth, and then we'll redesign our rocket again. But this is actually looking pretty good so far. We could be gaining more altitude quicker, but I'm alright with it for right now. I mean, it's not terrible. Really need it to get. We're at 60,000. Well, now we're out of the atmosphere, so we can actually slow this puppy down a little bit. Not use nearly as much fuel. But what we can start doing is we can pitch over a little bit more. And then throttle up. Hopefully that'll get us into orbit. I knew that we were going to end up needing to use this thruster, or this bit of fuel, but what I'm really hoping is that we don't use all of it. We have a lot of fuel on the moon lander, which is, you know, it could be a good or bad thing, dependent on when we need to actually, if we need to actually dip into that, which wouldn't be terrible, but it wouldn't be great at the same time. And we are not doing what I was hoping we were going to do. Come on, man, get into orbit. Help me out here. Still 11 seconds. It's not going down. Oh, there it goes now. It just went down. Crap. I really hope we get into orbit. Oh. Alright, we lost a lot of weight, so we should have a little bit easier of a time here. Sweet, that's getting bigger. Now the big concern I have is how much fuel we use. Because if we use a lot of it, we're not getting to the moon. And this is, I mean, we're just trying to get into orbit right now. And we got to get, you know, I don't know how far, 11 million meters away. Which is kind of scary. I have to pitch over and see if we can't get that circle to form quicker. Or the orbit to form quicker. I mean, it's going, but we're using a lot of fuel, which I don't like. Like I said, if we can't get to the moon, we'll just we'll get them back down to Earth and rethink our approach here. Because right now it's not looking too promising. So we're about almost at a half of tank fuel, And we're not even in orbit yet. We're not even remotely close to being in orbit yet. I mean, this whole thing can't weigh that much. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut our engines. Point prograde. Even though we're using almost all of our fuel to just get into orbit. And we're going to fast forward. And hopefully this will extend easily. Though I am impressed at how well that first initial stage went. But like I said, we're almost out of fuel. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think we're not gonna make it to the moon with this rocket. We need to add more fuel or do something. I don't really know what, but we need to figure something out. Because we're almost out of fuel. And that's not gonna be enough fuel to get to the moon and back. There's no way. Crap. We're in orbit, so that's good. But I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we have very, very little fuel. I mean, that fuel tank's empty. This one's only got 145 liters, I think, of liquid fuel. I mean, we do have a lot of fuel in the... Let's see what this will do. Because we might be able to get away with it, but I don't really know. Alright. So we have that much fuel now. We have about a half a tank, but we also have almost no fuel in this guy. We have very, very, very little fuel to adjust our landing. And the last thing I want to do is strand Bill and Bob on the moon. You know what we'll do? We'll quick save. And we'll attempt it anyways because I'm recording this episode, so why not? That's what I say. I'm going to set the moon as a target. I'm going to add a maneuver. And what I'm hoping is that I can just meet up the moon in one swoop. Whoa. Which is looking kind of promising actually right now. If we can get the periapsis of the moon closer. I think it's getting further away. No, it's not. It's getting closer. 700,000, 500,000, 90,000. I can deal with that. Where's this? Moon escape, moon encounter. Alright, you know what? We're going to try it. It says our burn is 58 seconds. We're going to point. Where are we at here? Descending node. That's fine. We can deal with that. Actually, let's see if we can adjust that. Just a touch. 4, 3, 2. Alright, that's going to have to do because we're about running out of time here. Point. And let's start burning. Well, guys, I hope this works. We have a long burn and not very much fuel. Which is scary to me. Because if we get it out there, the question is whether or not we're going to be able to get it back. You know what? I don't think we will be able to, honestly. is kind of worrisome, I guess would be. We're almost out of fuel again. I mean, that's not good. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna scratch that. We're gonna get these guys safely to the surface. Damn it! I thought that I would have enough fuel. I guess that's not the case, unfortunately. So we're gonna get Bob and Bill into our command pod. Oh, why are you guys freaking out? Why is this going so quickly? Whoa! All right, are you in there? All right, cool. And we need Bill to EVA. Disconnect him. Let go. RCS. All right. Everybody in here? All right, cool. Everybody's safely in there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to ditch our moon lander because it is useless to us right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all the fuel out of it, which is not much at all. And we're going to put it in our command pod or command module, whichever you prefer. That one's empty. That one's full. This guy. Unfortunately, we're ditching you, Moonlander. Decouple that. Screw that. Nobody in there. At least I don't think there's anybody in there, anyways. Let's see. Empty. Alright. Everybody should. Oh, that was something I didn't look over. I should have probably looked that at. I gotta fix that. Actually, I'm gonna change that. All right. So, anyways, well now we know. At least we gotta adjust that because otherwise we would have been screwed out in the out at the moon with that. So what we're gonna do is fast forward, look at our map, and get out to our apoapsis and shrink our periapsis down. All right. We need retrograde, which is where we're going, and we're gonna burn. Fast forward again. All right, coming back into the atmosphere, so we're gonna point retrograde and actually burn to slow our descent because we're coming in at 3 kilometers a second, so that's a little fast. So we're gonna burn to slow ourselves down before we hit the atmosphere here. Crap. Well, sorry guys. Gonna make some adjustments to that freaking rocket, unfortunately. That sucks. Well, I wasn't expecting this to go as well as I thought it would. Because, I mean, that takeoff was worked out pretty nicely, but ran out of fuel, unfortunately. So we need to add a little bit more fuel, figure out how we need to do from there. I don't know what that sound was. Alright, and that's done. Disconnect. Fire our parachutes. Now hopefully we don't kill all of our A team. That didn't crash into the surface yet? The two parachutes definitely makes me feel a lot better when when there's two on the pod. 5,000. Alright, we need to get below 100 meters per second before this thing crashes. So if that's the case, come on, you got 2,000 meters to make it under 100. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. I think we'll be okay. If not, I am ready for the escape key so I can revert the flight. Still going pretty quick. There we go. Cool. Alright, we got everybody safely on the ground. That's a good thing. I need to adjust that, obviously. I need to put a different decoupler on there. So I'm going to adjust that and figure out how I can fit more fuel on that thing and go from there. Safely on the ground. Sweet. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you the next episode, which hopefully will make it to the moon that time. Thanks for watching, guys.